Now, I'd like to comment on one of the buzzwords of our time, so-called identity politics. When the phrase is used, it's usually to wave away our attention from some of the things that make our lived experiences different. It is true that each of us could see in our own identity all the reasons we're misunderstood and then say, "You don't understand me because you haven't walked in my shoes." Something that is true as far as it goes, but it doesn't get us very far. Because we could also see in our identity the beginning of a new form of American solidarity. By recognizing that the one thing we do have in common may be the challenge of belonging in a society that sees us for what makes us all different. I may be a part of the LGBTQ community, but being a gay man doesn't even tell me what it's like to be a trans woman of color in that same community, let alone an undocumented mother of four or a disabled veteran or a displaced auto worker. But being gay, just like every other fact about me, from where I grew up to what I look like, means that I have a story. And if I look to that story, I can find the building blocks, not only for empathy, but for the impetus to action. Because the more you know about exclusion, the more you think about belonging. And we have a crisis of belonging in this country. When you do not belong, that doesn't just put you in a bad mood, it puts you in a different country. When black women are dying from maternal complications at triple the rate of white women, it means for the purposes of public health, they are living in a different country. When an auto worker, 12 years into their career, is no longer sure how to provide for their family, they're not part of the country we think of ourselves as all living in together. Or when a disabled person is discriminated against in employment opportunities, it is as though he is in a different country than the rest of us. Let's tear down the walls that went up to keep black families out of white neighborhoods with consequences for educational and health inequality as well as for income. Let's tear down the fences between women and the economy and that level playing field everyone's talking about. Let's tear down the walls around our democracy put up by politicians who came to the conclusion that their side will win if fewer people can vote. Tear down the fencing off of more and more of our economy from organizing. Because big corporations shouldn't need a safe space away from workers' rights in order to compete and thrive in American democratic capitalism. The struggle for freedom and fairness and a better life reaches far beyond our experience, but our experience arms us with empathy, and it fills us with the energy to get this done. In different ways, every American struggles to experience true freedom. Every American needs real security. Every American depends on a vibrant democracy. And that's what this campaign is about. So I'm ready to use my story, my energy, my alliances, and yes, my privilege, to throw myself into tearing down those walls. I see a chance for all of us to lift each other up, to show where our country can be, and what our president can do. And I am filled, even now, with hope.